Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello everyone, I am Muhammad Wardan, and in this video I am going to be presenting the final exam assessment for advanced theory of computer science. For the second question, part B. So I'm going to be presenting the Turing machine that I've chosen. So the language of the Turing machine that I've chosen is 0, the power of 2 and power of n. So basically, this language will check whether the input string is a power of 2. So in every iteration, for example, in stage 1, the number of the input will be cut into half. So if the resulting number of the string is odd and it is greater than 1, it is greater than 1, so the original number could not have been a power of 2, so it means that it's not a power of 2, and then the machine will reject this input. But on the other hand, if the number of the string is 1, then the original number of 0, of course it is a power of 2, so now it will accept the string. For our machine, we have 7 different states from Q1 to Q5. Then we have the acceptance state and the rejected states. For our input, all input should be only 0. For example, we can have like 0, 2 zeros, any number of zeros, which is power of 2 zeros. Then 0, we can read 0, write 0, or we can read 0 and then write x, or we can read 0 and write b. So this is the state diagram for our machine. So let's have this example. Let's say we have, for example, 0 0 0 0. So let's check how the state diagram will move and is it accepted or not. So if we have 0, we will read b. We will read 0, we will change it to b when we will move right. So from Q1 we will move to the Q2. Now we are in Q2, so we have changed the previous 0 to be a b. So in Q2 we will read 0, we will change the 0 to be x, and we will move right. Now we are in Q3, state Q3. So in Q3, if we read 0, we don't change it to x. So we just read 0, write 0, and then move to state 4. So we are now in the state Q4. In state Q4, we read 0, then we change it to x, but we will go back to state Q3. Now we are in state Q3. In state Q3, because we have moved right, we are now in B. So when we read B, we write B, then we will move left to Q5. In Q5, as long as we read x or 0, we just move left till we reach the input B. So we move left, move left, move left. So now in the Q5 we have input B, so we will read B, change it to B, write B, and then move right to Q2. Now we are in Q2, we have x, we just move right. Then we are in Q2, we have 0. So now this 0, we will change it to x. After changing to x, we are in Q3. So as long as we have x, we will read x, move right. Now we are still in Q3, so we read B, then we go left to the Q5. Then we read x, we go left. We read x, also we go left. We read x, we go left. Then we read B, we move right to Q2. Okay, now we are in Q2. So we read x and we go right. So each time we read x, we go right, right, right. We go right till we reach B. So now we have reached B. So now we will move to the because we are in the Q2, so we will read B, then we will move right to the accepted states. Machine language is 0 to the power of 2 to the power of n, where n is bigger or equal to 0. So which means that 0 should be the input 0 should be like 1 0 or more than 1 0. For example, to the power of 2, to the power of 4, to the power of 6, to the power of 8, and move on. And for example, how can we determine what string is accepted or not? So we will check if this language is going to check whether the input is a power of 2 or not. And for example, if we have 0, is it accepted? Okay. 0, if we read 0, we will change it to B. So if we read now, for example, if we read 0, 0 will be changed to B. So now we will be in the Q2. So if we are in Q2 and we have B, we accept it because we just read B, write B, and accept it. And let's say we have, for example, this input 0 0 0. This one will be rejected. Why? Because we will read the first 0, this one, and it will be changed to X, and then we will read this second one, and it will be, we will read first one, and it will be changed to B, not X. Then we will read the second one, it will be changed to X, and the third one is the last one in this stage. So if we are left with 0, and this 0 is the last 0 in the string, this string is rejected because we cannot move to the next stage. Let's say, for example, we have this input which is accepted, and I'll explain why. Now we have, for example, this 0, and we read it, we change it to B. Then we move to the next state. So we read this, we change it to X. Then this one, we don't change it to X, we leave it. And we read this 0, and we change it to X. Then in the next iteration, we change this to X. So now we are left with no zeros, so we accept the string. For example, this one, we will read, for example, the first one, we will change it to B. We will read the second one, we will change it to X. So this one, we don't change it, we move on. So this one, we change it to X. This one, we don't change it, so we move on, and we change this to X. And then this one, we change it to X. And now we are left with this 0, but this 0 is the last 0 in this iteration, and we cannot change it to X because it is the last 0 in this stage. So that's why this string, this input is rejected. And for example, if we have, for example, this string, we change this 0, the first 0, to B, we change the second 0 to X. This one, we leave it for this stage, we change this to X. This one, we leave it, we change this to X. This one, we leave it, we change this to X. In the second iteration, we change this to X, and this one, we leave it, and then we change this to X. We can see that it wasn't the last 0, so that's why we can move to the next iteration. And in the last iteration, we have only 0, and we can change it to X, and the whole input is accepted. Thank you very much.